My father left me nothing, and now my family wants to make it up to me. Too late. Originally posted on a throwaway because my family stalks my main. I don't even know why I'm posting this. Maybe I just need to get it off my chest before I lose my mind. Maybe I need strangers to tell me I'm not crazy for feeling the way I do. So here goes. I, 32M, recently found out that my father, who passed away 6 months ago, left me nothing in his will. Not a single cent, not a piece of land, nothing. Meanwhile, my younger brother, 30M, inherited everything. The house, the cars, the money, the business. All of it. And before anyone asks, no, my brother isn't disabled or struggling. He doesn't need the extra help. In fact, he's married, successful, and already well off. I, on the other hand, have spent the last 10 years struggling. I had to put myself through school. I worked night shifts, took out loans, and nearly lost my apartment more times than I can count. And my father? He never lifted a damn finger to help me. But that's not even the worst part. The betrayal goes deeper than just the will. I should probably explain the family dynamic. My dad was an old-school businessman, hard, strict, and unforgiving. He believed in hierarchy and legacy. My mother passed away when I was 14, and after that, my dad started to focus all his attention on my younger brother, Adam. At first, I didn't question it. I thought maybe Adam just needed more support, being the younger one. But as the years went by, I started noticing things. My father paid for Adam's university. I had to take loans. My father bought Adam a car at 19. I took the bus until I was 26. My father brought Adam into his company at 21 and trained him to take over. I was never even given a job interview. I never said anything. I wanted to believe it was just favoritism, something normal in families. Until my father got sick. Dad had cancer. It was aggressive. By the time he was diagnosed, we knew it was just a matter of months. I was there. I drove him to doctor's appointments. I helped manage his medications when the pain got too bad. Adam, on the other hand, he was barely around, too busy with his work trips and his perfect little family. When Dad finally passed, I wasn't expecting much. I had already accepted that I wasn't his favorite, but I thought I'd get something, maybe a small piece of land, maybe the old watch he always wore. Instead, the lawyer looked at me, almost embarrassed, and said, "Your father has not left you anything in the will." I remember laughing. I actually thought it was a joke. But then I saw Adam's face. The way he looked away, like he knew. And suddenly, it hit me. This wasn't just about favoritism. It was intentional. For weeks after the will reading, I couldn't let it go. Something about it just felt wrong. So I started digging. I asked some old family friends if they knew anything. Most of them avoided the conversation. But then, one of my father's oldest business partners let something slip. He always told me he built his legacy for his real son. And just like that, the puzzle pieces clicked. I confronted my aunt, my mother's sister, and after a lot of hesitation, she finally told me the truth. My father wasn't my biological father. My mother had an affair years before I was born, and my father knew. But instead of leaving, he stayed. He raised me as his own, at least that's what the world thought. In reality, he was punishing me in ways I never understood. He made sure I never inherited anything. He made sure I was always less than Adam. And then, in the end, he erased me completely. The moment the truth came out, my phone blew up. My brother suddenly wants to work something out to honor Dad's memory. My uncle, Dad's younger brother, called me, saying he had no idea and that I should have been given something. Even my father's lawyer sent me an email, offering to set up a meeting. Where was all this energy 6 months ago? Where was this concern when I was breaking my back to take care of the man who refused to see me as his son? I ignored them all, but then, Adam showed up at my door last night. I almost didn't let him in, but part of me wanted to hear what he had to say. He sat in my living room, quiet for a long time. Then he said something that actually made my stomach turn. "Dad told me years ago that you weren't his, but he made me promise never to tell you." I just stared at him. "So you knew?" I asked. Adam nodded. He knew for years, and he said nothing. "I didn't think it mattered," he mumbled. "Didn't matter. It didn't matter that our father treated me like a stranger in my own home. It didn't matter that I struggled while he had everything handed to him. It didn't matter that I spent years wondering why I was never enough. He left after I told him to get out. And now, I'm sitting here, wondering, should I do something? Should I fight this? Should I try to get my share? Or should I just walk away and never look back? Because for the first time in my life, I realize I don't need their name. I don't need their money. I don't need to belong to them. And maybe I never did.